All right, senior leader of the Congress party, somebody who has had a generational relationship with the Congress party, Milind Deora from Mumbai, today broke up from the party. He joined the Shiv Sena led by Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. He in fact went on Twitter and said that I have tendered my resignation from the primary membership of the Congress party, ending my family's 55-year relationship with the party. Deora is son of Congress veteran Murli Deora, who had won the Mumbai South constituency in 2004 and 2009. He ended up as the first runner-up in the subsequent elections of 2014, and then in 2019 the winner was Shiv Sena leader Arvind Sawant, who is now in the Uddhav Thackeray camp. And there was a war of words just before this which was going on as far as Milind Deora is concerned and the Uddhav faction of the Shiv Sena. They also wanted their claim on the South Mumbai seat, which Milind Deora was in fact wary of. Now, there have been a lot of reactions as far as this story is concerned, because ladies and gentlemen, remember, Milind Deora was also seen as among the young scions of the Congress party, and now he joins the brigade of the young leaders of the Congress party like Jyotiraditya Scindia, Jitin Prasada or RPN Singh, all of them who have left the Congress and have joined other opposition parties. So let's listen in to some reactions.
पार्टी के सबसे चैलेंजिंग दशक, सबसे चैलेंजिंग डेकेड में मैं पार्टी का लॉयर रहा हूं। अफसोस की बात है कि आज की कांग्रेस और 1968 की कांग्रेस, जब मेरे स्वर्गीय पिताजी ने इस पार्टी में शामिल किया हुआ, और 2004 की कांग्रेस जब मैं इस पार्टी में शामिल हुआ, दोनों कांग्रेस में बहुत अंतर है, बहुत फर्क है। यदि कांग्रेस और यूबीटी कंस्ट्रक्टिव और सकारात्मक सुझावों और मेरिट और योग्यता को महत्व देते तो आज एकनाथ जी और मैं यहां नहीं बैठे होते।
Meanwhile, Milind Deora launched a scathing attack on the Congress leadership as well for its continuous attacks on the industrialists and business. Milind Deora, in fact, said that the party which started the economic reforms is now calling industrialists anti-national.
The same party that ushered in economic reforms 30 years ago is a party that is abusing industrialists, abusing businessmen, and calling businessmen anti-nationals. The same party that used to offer constructive suggestions to this country on how to take the country forward, आज उस पार्टी का एक ही उद्देश्य है कि मोदी जी जो कहेंगे, जो कहते हैं, जो कर्म करते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली उसके खिलाफ बोलो।
अब क्या बताएं, अफसोस तो होता है। कोई साथी हमारे साथ बड़ा लंबा सफर पूरा करके आया है और वो हमको छोड़ जाए इस समय में, तो हमको दुख होता है। दोस्त रहा है, लेकिन दुख तो होगा, दुख हो रहा है।
सर, आपको लगता है इससे पार्टी को नुकसान होगा, कांग्रेस पार्टी को?
देखिए, पार्टी हम सबसे बड़ी है, जरा सा कहीं थोड़ा बहुत धक्का लगता है उसको मेकअप कर लेते हैं। पार्टी बहुत बड़ी है, पार्टी में बहुत ऊर्जावान नेता हैं, तो पार्टी में ये कहना कि उससे नुकसान होगा, फायदा होगा, ये सब उससे कोई कुछ चर्चा में कोई वो नहीं है।
विडंबना देखें, एक ओर श्रीमान राहुल गांधी भारत जोड़ो अभियान चला रहे हैं और दूसरी ओर उनके ही घर के नेता, दल के नेता, उनको कांग्रेस छोड़ो अभियान के तहत धीरे धीरे एक एक करके छोड़ के जा रहे हैं। इसके पूर्व भी कई सारे नेताओं ने कांग्रेस दल को त्याग दिया। अब देवरा परिवार जो कांग्रेस दल में विगत 55 वर्षों से रहा, गांधी परिवार के निकटतम रहा, वो भी अब कांग्रेस को त्याग रहे हैं।
So is it going to be an impact as far as the Congresses and alliances chances are concerned for 2024? And the Congress party, which is when Rahul Gandhi, which is talking about Nyaya and Bharat Jodo, should the first concern not be about keeping the entire flock together? Young leaders are leaving. Shouldn't the Congress, once again the question comes in, go into a rethink mode? Let me at this moment bring in Mr. Jayant Manikar Menkar, I beg your pardon. He's a senior journalist who is joining us at this moment. Amitabh Tiwari, political strategist, man who knows the numbers and how it is going to impact the Congress. We will discuss that with Amitabh. Kapil Madan is a political analyst who is joining us at this moment. And we also have Charu Pragya of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Charu and all gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast. Charu, I want to start with you first. The Congress and Mr. Jairam Ramesh specifically has alleged that, fine, Mr. Deora wanted to quit, but the timing has been meticulously planned by the Bharatiya Janata Party. On the day when Rahul Gandhi is starting his Yatra, Mr. Deora was made to, in fact, resign and join some other place. It's his personal interest as far as the constituency is concerned, but they see a larger game of the Bharatiya Janata Party behind this.
And isn't that a very sad thing, Ankit? That instead of looking inwards and realizing what is the problem in the Congress party, that everyone chooses to walk out. This is not just about Mr. Deora today. North to south, across the length and breadth of the country, tall Congress leaders have walked out. You said the young brigade has left the Congress. The older people have also left the Congress party, whether it is Captain Amrinder Singh ji or it is Azad ji from Kashmir. There is nobody who sticks to this party today because they feel that what a political party in India is supposed to stand for, Congress is no longer able to stand for that. And that is one thing I agree with. Now, it is not necessary that a leader who leaves the Congress joins the BJP, whatever the Congress may allege. We've seen people join Samajwadi Party from the Congress. We've seen people join the TMC from the Congress. They are not aligned with BJP. We've seen other leaders join even Shiv Sena, not merely BJP. So I have started thinking that for people who have a mind of their own, would rather be in any other political party but the Congress in this country. And like last time, the minute Rahul Gandhi hits the ground, the people around him realize that there is going to be a lot of negativity which is going to begin all over again. And I wish Mr. Deora all the best in his journey. So some people have had the courage to leave and go forward in their political journeys. Those who haven't had the courage to leave, let me tell you this without naming people, there's a lot of frustration in people in Congress, whether they are young,
but then,
whether
Charu,
they are old.
somebody would suggest that, this frustration and all these things only spring up when you are not in power. Till the time you are in power and you are enjoying the fruits of power, all of these people were firmly with the Congress party. It's in the last 10 years that they've started leaving because possibly the Congress at this moment doesn't have the political power that they can enjoy.
Well, I don't agree with you really, Ankit, because political power can stem from a state government, not merely only a national government. And Congress has a couple of states in this country where they are governing. In spite of that, people choose to leave. And that's the reality of Congress. And, it's ironic that Mr. Gandhi has chosen the word Nyaya for his Bharat Jodo Yatra this year. It is similar to Ab Hoga Nyaya, which he used to speak about in 2018, 2019. Before the last general elections, we see how much Nyaya Desh ki Janta has done with that word and with this party.
I wanted to, the only lady on my panel, I wanted to give you the opening remarks. Let me also get in the gentleman who has patiently been waiting. Mr. Madan, instead of accusing the BJP, Mr. Jairam Ramesh went all out. Isn't it time for the Congress party and I may myself also be repeating this possibly the 100th time that isn't this time for the Congress party to look within what is happening because there are so many leaders with such frequency leaving, sir. People, those who have had associations of generations as far as the Congress party is concerned.
So, Ankit, I find this situation quite ironical. I mean, we will, if you just pull out statements given by Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Amit Shah, they will accuse the Congress party and several other opposition parties of being dynast parties. Now, I am little, surprised because this is, another instance where the BJP has openly opened their, doors to someone who is also, or, who has some, family connection in politics. So, so it shows what? The one instance is the allegation of the BJP that the opposition are dynast or, these are the parties which predominantly
but Mr.
have,
Madan,
practiced
the hypocrisy
Ankit,
can be
just-
questioned,
Ankit,
sir. The hypocrisy can be
Ankit,
questioned.
just
But
a minute.
I'm just.
Just a minute.
No, I heard you, sir.
Ankit,
I'm
please
just on your
appreciate.
point of dynasty. I just want to make a counterpoint, and then you answer. I'm only asking you itself.
Yeah.
That hypocrisy can be questioned. That
Yes.
is something that you can take to the voters. But the fact remains, sir. Instead of seeing whatever design within the opposition, is it time for the Congress to look within? Milind Deora is standing there and saying that the Congress today, which ushered in the economic reforms, are going after industrialists, clearly talking about the strategies of the Congress party. He says the Congress's only role at this moment is to go against the Prime Minister. Isn't there some sort of a rethink that should in fact go in of why Mr. Deora and other young people are leaving?
So Ankit, there is no issue when someone give you a constructive feedback. I mean, if Mr. Deora had this constructive feedback, he should have been vocal while he was there in the Congress. He should have openly spoke his mind, because we are in democracy and every individual and leader is free to speak his mind. I mean, at least I could not find any tweet statements or, any public statement given by Mr. Deora wherein he was not happy with the the agenda or the points on which Congress is going forward. It is very ironical. It is very ironical when the Congress launches a Nyaya Yatra and it starts from Manipur.
Right.
On that particular day, you choose to resign, and on that particular day, you choose to join a different party.
Okay.
I mean, to my understanding, it is very meticulously planned.
Okay,
the idea is to
Charu
manage the
answered that,
headline.
but I'll come to you, Charu. Just hold on for a second. Let me also get into the first comments from Mr. Mankar and Mr. Tiwari. Mr. Mankar, as somebody who has keeps a very close eye as far as the politics of Maharashtra is also concerned, sir. Milind Deora, last two elections, both 2014, 2019, could not win. He could not defeat Arvind Sawant. Is it Milind Deora personally leaving because he feels that there is no space? He has already been sidelined as far as he says in the Congress party. Or is it going to be a big dent? Because the Shiv Sena is no longer the Shiv Sena which fought with the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2014 and 2019 to defeat Milind Deora.
Ankit, what you said, first part is perfect. Now Milind Deora realized that there is no space for him in the constituency, in the alliance of India, of which Shiv Sena is the part. So the constituency which his family, for 13 years his father, and for 10 years he himself, and both were ministers. For 23 years, the South Mumbai constituency's MP was either of the Deoras, and he is saying that he was 55 years associated. So he has got everything from the party. In fact, I mean, just this is for our listeners also, that only 30 people were invited for Milind Deora's marriage, and one of those 30 were Rahul and Sonia's. So that proximity Deora's had with Gandhi family. But now he is switching only for South Mumbai constituency, nothing else. As very simple, Arvind Sawant has put his foot down, rather Shiv Sena, that we will not leave this constituency. And so Eknath Shinde has nothing, no grassroots workers in South Mumbai, only with the help of BJP's cadre. Mr. Deora will contest the elections with the help of BJP. And I agree with this particular allegation made by Ramesh Jairam that the day also is orchestrated by BJP, that on the Nyaya Yatra,
Amitabh Tiwari, do numbers suggest that Milind Deora has an advantage now? Last two elections, he stood the runner-up as far as South Mumbai constituency is concerned. But that time his opponents were BJP, Shiv Sena combined. Now Shiv Sena is broken. The Bharatiya Janata Party will work for Mr. Milind Deora because they are in alliance as far as Eknath Shinde is concerned. Has he made politically a good decision to move at this moment when he was finding no room as far as the Congress party is concerned?
Is it to me?
Yes, Amitabh.
Yeah, so essentially, I mean, I can't hear very properly, but what I could sense of the question, see, what is it? I don't think it's a leadership crisis or any such matter. It is primarily to do with a personal ambition. See, Milind Deora has been out of Lok Sabha for the past 10 years. Now the seat is likely to go to Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena faction. So what does he do? Correct. So if he is out for another 5 years, his political career is finished. So like all of us, employees or professionals of any company who take calls on their career prospects, he has taken a call that if he remains in the Congress, he will not be able to go to the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. So he has taken a call to shift to another party. In this case, what may happen is that he could become Shiv Sena, Shinde factions candidate from south of Mumbai, or could even go to Rajya Sabha, because 5 or 6 of the seats of Rajya Sabha from Maharashtra are open for renomination in April, just before the Lok Sabha elections. So it's a personal choice whether he is such a big leader that it will lead to loss of votes for the Congress. May not be, but it's primarily an issue.
That's a very interesting point that Amitabh Tiwari is making. Charu, if I may bring you in, he's saying that it's nothing to do with the crisis as far as the leadership of the Congress party is concerned. It's largely to do with somebody who thought that his chance may not come if the Congress stays in alliance, in India alliance, and Arvind Savant gets a chance. It's a personal move. It's a personal ambition.
And Ankit, that is the similarity of the statements given by the Congress party or supporters of the Congress party after every leader leaves them. So instead of any kind of introspection to figure out why people prefer to leave, they find someone else to blame. I was just hearing the other people also. Modi ji is to blame, Amit Shah ji is to blame, Eknath ji is to blame, the country is to blame, the world is to blame. It's too hot today, it's too cold today. It's everybody's fault, except Congress's own fault, except their own leadership fault.
Okay.
And this leadership crisis exists whether they want to admit to it or not. See, I am only an external observer here. I belong to the Bharatiya Janata Party,
Right.
and I have no business commenting on the way Congress wants to run its own affairs. But the fact is, they do wash dirty linen in public. And every time someone leaves, we get more and more insight into what has been going on in the Rahul Gandhi camp. You know, Mr. Deora uses the word pain
But
today.
Charu, I can assure you one thing. I can assure you one thing. Amitabh Tiwari is the last person that you can speak about who speaks the language of the Congress. He speaks the language of the numbers, and he's more or less always fair in his assessment. Mr. Kapil Madan. No, I'm just saying because he was speaking before you started your comment. Mr. Kapil Madan.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
In the end, whether it is orchestrated, whether it is the opposition, whether it is somebody else, but the timing of this, don't you think at this moment it is critical? It is going to hit the Congress party and the Nyaya Yatra. It has already taken the sheen at least on the day one.
Ankit, I said it in the very beginning. It has been very meticulously planned. The idea is to manage the headlines because Congress today starts a very important drive, which is their Nyaya Yatra. I said it in the beginning. Yes, of course. It has been done by BJP very meticulously to have to manage the headline and
Sir, but it's just not about the headlines. It is also about the perception and the messaging. And ahead of 2024, all these small things will build up into a narrative that possibly the opposition is up against. And by just merely blaming the opposition and saying that the BJP is doing it, I don't think that is going to cut too much ice as far as the voters go. I thank all of you. I'm completely out of time. I'm so sorry. Charu Pragya, Kapil Madan, Mr. Menkar, Amitabh Tiwari, thank you so much for speaking to us at this moment, sharing your views on this important topic.